There's a lot of you out there that feel like you're alone. And you just want to give up and quit. Things are not going your way. You feel like you can't lift this last piece of pressure that is in front of you. But today I want to encourage you that you keep pushing, that you keep lifting until you exhaust all and you have nothing left. There was a woman who went to a prophet for help because her husband had passed, and if she didn't pay the debt, they were coming to seize her 2 children, to put them in slavery, to pay the debt that is owed. The prophet said, "What do you have in your house?" She said, "All I have is a little bit of oil." The prophet said, "Go borrow some vessels. You go in the house and you shut the door, and you pour until the tins and the vessels are full." My question to you today is, what do you have left in you that God still needs to use? What do you have left that you are afraid to step out on faith and use it? What do you have left in your gifting? What do you have left in your spirit? What do you have left in your mentality? What do you have left in your emotions? What do you have left inside of you that God is waiting to use? Because until you use what you have left, God can't pour the rest of the oil that He is designed strictly for you. And in the moment that you exhaust all is when God begins to pour all the oil. But in order for the oil to keep flowing, this woman had to gather every jar possible. Sometimes we ask God for things in our lives, but we don't make ourselves available as vessels for Him to pour into. I'll say it again. Sometimes we ask God for things that we need in our life, but we never make ourselves available as vessels for God to pour into. Instead, we go and try to pour into ourselves and pour into everybody else, but nobody's pouring into us. So if nobody's pouring into us, then guess what? We become empty inside. And the mistake that we make is we go to the wrong people to pour into us, and we still feel empty inside. We still feel lonely inside. We still feel unneeded inside. We still feel like our life is meaningless inside. We still feel like we're just living and existing and we're not doing what God has called us to do. That's because the wrong people have been prophesying to you. The wrong people have been pouring into you. And what they're pouring inside of you is destruction. What they're pouring inside of you is misdirection. What they're pouring inside of you is to keep you around instead of letting you go. Who's pouring into you? Because in this season, in this very moment, you need the right people pouring into you. You need the right people sowing into you. Because even if they sow into you, they could be sowing destruction and discord into your life. And to my creatives out there who feel lost and like you've made the wrong decision in relocating, God says that you're in the right place. Just get with the right people and connect with God, and He will lead you the rest of the way. Don't you dare give up because you've made the faith jump to go out there and move. God says you stay where you're at, because if you move even a step to the left or even a step to the right, meaning if you move to the city to the left, if you move to the city to the right, move to the city to the north, move to the city to the south, God says that you're now out of place. God says that you're in the right place. Just reconnect your soul with His, and God will send the ordained people who's going to take your career to the next level. That's for my creatives. Those actors, those writers, those singers, those dancers, those hairstylists, those entertainers, the comedians, whatever God has called you to do to be creative, He said, I have you in the right place. You're just around the wrong people. As long as you're around the wrong people, the oil cannot flow. God graced you with oil to get there, so why would not God grace you with oil to continue to grow there? I'll say it again. God graced you with oil to get there. Why would not God grace you with oil to grow there? Think about that for a moment. So what is left in your house your vessel? Do you have anything inside of your house that's going to help this next generation? Do you have anything inside of your house left untouched that's collecting dust, that's collecting mildew, and it's starting to smell bad because you've not yet used it, but it's still in the house? I would encourage you today that whatever you have left in your house, that you pull it out. When I say house, I'm talking about your physical vessel, not your physical house, your physical vessel. What's left inside of your spirit? What is your heart saying? Take a heart pulse. See what your heart is saying. Because whatever your heart is saying is where your treasure will be at. Whatever your heart is saying is where your gift is at. Whatever your heart is saying is where your passion is at. And when you connect all those together, that's when you begin to build the dreams that God has called you to do. You begin to build the visions that are inside of you. But you have to see it first before it could even grow inside of you. Your vision is the seed. Your vision is the water that makes the seed in you grow. I'll say it again. Your vision is the water that makes the seed inside of you grow, meaning that you must see the vision before it can begin to manifest in your physical. But watch this. Your faith is also what activates the seed inside of you to spring up out of you. So you have to have faith in you. Not somebody else to do it for you, but faith in you that God has called you to do it. And you have to make yourself available to God. Not when you need it, but you have to be always available to God 24/7, because your gift is designed to help people grow, help people come out of a situation. And a lot of people out there right now, listen to this, you have the gift to speak to young women and young men who have been mentally abused, physically abused, sexually abused, molested, raped, but you're sitting on the gift and you're not helping people because you don't believe that you have the gift to help people. But you've been through the very same thing, and God is only going to use a lion to bring a lion out. And you've conquered sexual molestation, you've conquered rape, you've conquered physical abuse, mental abuse, and now you're sitting on the gift that God's giving you that you've overcome, and you're not using it for the greater good, but instead you're suppressing it because you've not yet faced it yourself. So I prophesy to you right now that you will face those demons inside of you that's still trying to pull you back to alcoholism, that's still trying to pull you back to insecurity, that's still trying to pull you back to drug addiction, that's still trying to pull you back to those issues that you've overcome. I prophesy to you now that you will not go back, but you shall move forward. And as you move forward, you'll be helping people along the way. And as you move forward, God is going to grow you spiritually. As you move forward, God is going to grow you mentally. As you move forward, God is going to grow your finances. As you move forward, God is going to grow your family. As you move forward, God is going to provide everything you need because the oil is flowing. The oil is flowing, but the only way God can pour the oil is if you exhaust the last oil He gave you. See, when you conquered all those issues on the last level, the oil was meant to be used entirely on that last level, and you try to carry some oil over. You can't mix new wineskin with old wineskin. You got to get a new wineskin when you get new oils, which means you have to exhaust all the oil that's inside you. So that last little piece of oil that you have left in you, that you feel exhausted, that you feel tired, God says, I'm pressing you so that you can use the last little oil that you have. And the moment you get rid of that last piece of oil to help somebody, to bless somebody, or even pull yourself out of something, God says, I'm going to pour fresh oil. He's going to pour fresh oil on your mind, on your spirit, on your emotions. God's going to pour fresh oil. This oil is going to contain greater blessings. This oil is going to contain greater miracles. This oil is going to contain greater signs. This oil is going to contain a massive amount. I said massive. I see massive. This oil is going to contain a massive amount of anointing for you to build what God has called you to build. It's going to have a massive amount of grace, a massive amount of favor with men, favor with business people, favor with corporations, that when you walk in the door, not to punch a clock, but when you walk in the door, you'll have favor. Not to get along, but favor for people to sow into what God has called you to. See, when they gave out that small business loans, it still went to larger corporations. And I prophesy now that if you're a small business out there and you didn't get the small business loan, I prophesy to you now that God is going to send a corporation or an individual that's going to bless your business with a large amount of money. That's what this oil is for. It's for you to receive what thus God has for you so you can go to that next level. The oil has to flow down unto you. So I prophesy that to you now, that whatever's been blocked in the spirit realm, I prophesy that it's moved now in your natural realm so it can move in your spiritual realm. Because when you're blocked in the spirit, that means sometimes you're blocked in the physical, and sometimes that blockage could be ourselves. So I prophesy now that if you're blocking yourself in the physical realm, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, I prophesy now that you would get out of your own way, get out of your own head, quit talking to yourself, and move so God can now move in the spirit realm. And once God moves in the spirit realm, the blockage is now removed, so now the oil can flow. It's easy for us to have conversations with ourselves and make up a story, but God says everything that you've been telling yourself is not the will of God, is not the story for your life. So I prophesy now that if you are ready to give up and quit, that you will not give up and quit, but you would give God just a little while longer. It's not like God is working on your blessing right now. No, God created the blessing before you were even born. The blessing is inside of you. God is just waiting for you to get position in your faith. Get position in your confidence. Get position in your creativity, so that when you get position, God now pours. So what do you have left? Are you an open vessel unto God? Because at this point, God is ready to pour out. And when the oil flows, it only flows as long as the vessel is in place. The oil keeps moving. The Spirit of God keeps flowing. But the moment you make yourself unavailable, the oil stops. Because there's no place for oil to keep pouring. God is not going to waste a drop of oil to let it hit the ground. Because it's just a drop is enough to move mountains. Just a drop of oil is enough to kill demons. Just a drop of oil is enough to raise the dead. Just a drop of oil is enough to resurrect Jesus. Just a drop of oil is enough to resurrect your finances. Just a drop of oil is enough to resurrect your family issues. Just a drop of oil is enough to resurrect your marriage. Just a drop of oil is enough to destroy anything that's in front of you. Just a drop of oil can make this whole country bow its knees unto God and quit acting foolish. Just a drop of oil. So God's not going to waste even a drop of oil. So make yourself available. Just remember that as long as you're a willing vessel and you're available unto God, things will move in your favor. Nothing's gonna stop you. Nothing's gonna break you. Be unmovable, always abounding in your faith. Because what God is getting ready to do, and I prophesy now that those listening to this and receive this word, the moment that you receive it, that God will begin to pour the oil on your life. That you would even receive it at that very moment after listening to this. Oil of deliverance, oil of healing, oil of understanding, oil to break yokes, oil to move forward, oil to repair, oil to restore, oil to recover. Whatever your oil need is in this season, I prophesy that as you receive this message, God will pour the oil. And that by the time we get to June, a lot of you are going to be buying houses. A lot of you going to it's not about material things, but you're in need right now. So a lot of you going to be buying houses. Your car got broke into, your car got stolen. Something happened with your car, God's going to replace that car because you didn't have insurance to do it, or the insurance won't cover it. So God's going to replace that for you. These are small things to God. Whatever your need is at this very moment, lift it unto God. And as you lift it unto God, I prophesy that your need is met, because God said He supplies for the need, not the want. So you lift that need unto God. And I promise you, the oil will flow as long as you are a willing and open vessel. Time to take the top off your vessel so that now God can pour into your vessel. God bless you. God keep you. Please share this with others. If you're on my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share it with your people. God bless you. Love you.